Welcome to Alcester-Hudson as we get started for Alcester-Hudson versus Scotland. Trying out some audio and things aren't working the way they need to work, but we'll work on it here for you. We got about 7 minutes till lineup and anthem, so we'll see how this works. We'll be right with you. Nothing works right. Ever. I lost my pen. Oh, I didn't get myself a mic. Ugh. Oh, I guess I'll do this from down here. I got 10 seconds to get myself a mic. Oh, guess I'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to tonight's varsity volleyball contest between the visiting Highlanders of Scotland and your hometown Alcester-Hudson Cubs. Let's start with the lineups. First, for the visiting Highlanders of Scotland. Freshman number 3, Campbell Buck. Junior number 5, Tennessee Irwin. Junior number 7, Raylan Fisher. Senior number 8, Cadence Burley. Senior number 10, Macy Rukusek. And junior number 12, Hope Starwalt. And junior number 18, Kayla Johannesson. Highlanders are coached by head coach Alicia Gramkow, assisted by Tia Smith. Now the lineup for your hometown Alcester-Hudson Cubs. Junior number 2, Paxton Moeller. Junior number 6, Emily Winquist. Junior number 7, Emma Solberg. Senior number 9, Delta Pies. Senior number 10, Heidi Swanson. Senior number 11, Lauren Meyer. And libero for the Cubs, junior number 5, Ines Garcia del Campo. Cubs are coached by head coach Andrew Reed, assisted by Alexis Gray. Now singing the anthem tonight, Alcester-Hudson High School choir students, Emma Solberg, Michaela Kiva, and Summer Carlson. Sergeant and gentlemen, are tonight's officials. Highlander fans, are you ready? Try that again. Highlander fans, are you ready? Cup fans, are you ready? Let's get ready to play some volleyball. I'm used to not doing it from up here. It throws me off.
And welcome back, everybody. We're just underway. Highlanders and Cubs battling out on the volleyball court here tonight. Cubs JV won the earlier match. Hope you caught that one over on Huddle TV. Cubs enter the match with a 1-1 record. Win in the opener last Tuesday versus Menno, Scotland's neighbor, and took a loss to a very tough Del Rapids St. Mary's team on Thursday night. As for the Highlanders, who you might see co-opt with Menno in a lot of sports except for volleyball, they are just the Scotland Highlanders in volleyball. They are off to a... As I turn the sheet, get my executive producer, Ronnie Wall, to give me the information here. They are just 0-1. Just one match on Thursday versus Irene Wakanda. They lost that in straight sets, although they played close. So Cubs beat Scotland last year about this same time out in Scotland. And there, it's all tied up 2-2 here. So glad to have you here tonight. Cubs will be on the road on Thursday, so this is our one home game this week. Cubs will be they're on the road Thursday. That's going to be at Gayville Vollen. And Cubs will take place in the Irene Wakanda tournament. That will be in Irene on Saturday. So nothing is better than a few bags of popcorn and a day spent in Irene at the tournament on Saturday. But before that, we've got the rest of this match to go, and the Cubs are behind 3-2. As we're out there, we have Paxton Moeller on the front row. Middle is Emma Solberg, Emily Winquist. Round out the front row, Sydney Kaiser in the back row. Lauren Meyer is going to get subbed out for Ayana Chisel. And we've got Inez Garcia as the libero, and serving for the Cubs, who are tied up 3-3, is Emily Winquist. Winquist looked really good in the front line last week at home. And she loses that serve in the net, though, and the Highlanders retake the lead. And Solberg skies up, gets it through the Highlander defense, and gets the kill. And Cubs go up 4-2. And fourth hit's going to be one too many for the Highlanders. They're actually going to get a net violation, and Cubs will get the point. And back to serve is junior Paxton Moeller. Moeller with the pink shoes on, ready to serve. She fires it across. Nice line drive serve, and Cubs get a little home field advantage as Highlanders couldn't handle the Plinko ball on the rafters. So Cubs will now extend their lead 6-4. Moeller set back to serve again. And here comes the Highlanders. That's number 18, Johannesson. That sends that over. Now this is Sigil. She jumps and just a bit outside over the outstretched arms of Muck. And the Highlanders gain the serve back. Serving for the Highlanders is number 10, Rukusek. She sends it over. Dug out by Winquist. She's going to set up Solberg. Solberg lightly taps it over and gets the point right in the middle of the Highlander campfire. And Cubs back in the lead, 8-5. And back to serve for the Cubs is Emma Solberg. Heidi Swanson has checked into the front row, as well as Delta Pies for the Cubs, 2 seniors. We'll have a little feature on them between sets. Got videos from 3 of the seniors on the Cubs. We'll interview videos that our media classes did, and that's number 7. Fisher gets it over, and Schissel sends it up and right off the fingertips of Rukuskek. And Cubs' biggest lead of the evening now. They lead by 4. Solberg sends it over. Fisher tries to get it over and can't, and the Highlanders are going to call timeout. So with timeout here in the first set, Cubs lead 10-5. Got a little bit of an interview from one of those seniors coming up right now for you.
What advice would you give to younger players?
Work hard but have fun and don't cause any drama.
And what are your hopes for the season?
Hopefully to win a lot of games, but also have fun and work together as a team.
What do you do to pregame? What's your pregame ritual?
Just jam out to music. Yep.
Well, we'll get that interview for you at the next break. And we're back to action here now. 10-5 is your score. And Solberg back to serve it just as she was before the timeout. Nice serve by Solberg. Nice dig by number 8, Burley. So set up Sigil. She skies and gets one through, but the block is defected, and nice play by Swanson. Taps it back over the net. And Cubs couldn't quite get the net play down on there, and they lose the serve. And back within 4 is the Highlanders. Back to serve for the Highlanders is their libero, Muck. And pretty good volley here going on now. And there's Pie. She skies up and throws one right down the center. And that puts the Cubs lead back 11-6. Schissel to score or to serve for the Cubs, the junior. She tosses one over. This one's going to be a little out of trouble out of bounds, and it is. And Highlanders can't return, so Cubs back up by 6 now. 12-6 is your score. And here comes Shizzle for serve number 2. Dug out by Muck. And battling it with the net there is Pies versus Starwalt. And it looks like she got Starwalt to be in the net. So Cubs will get that point. Up now 13-6. Largest lead of the set for the Cubs. Nice serve by Shizzle into the back row. Dunk out by Rokusek. Nice block by Delta Pies at the net. Gets it past Rokusek, and Cubs lead 14-6. Again, Cubs will be in action Friday at Gayville-Vollen. That'll be on the road. The volleyball team, Cubs football in action after their thrilling hold on to the last second win versus Centerville on Friday. Shizzle serve is just a bit outside over there by the Highlander bench, and Highlanders now trail 7-14 and have the serve with number 12 Starwell. So Cubs narrowly defeated the Centerville Tornadoes in a tough-fought game that literally was incomplete pass in the last second. Propelled the Cubs to victory. The football team back in action at home this Friday at 7 o'clock versus Irene Wakanda. So this should be an exciting game. Military night. Have some special military honors and pregame festivities, so be sure to check that out as well. And Cubs can't connect on that one, and now 2 straight points have gone to the Highlanders, trying to cut into this 14-8 Cubs lead. Meyer in the back row, digs that out, gets that to Garcia. Pies turns around, tries to give it a gentle push over the net and can't quite get there. And now with 3 straight points, the Highlanders are on a little bit of run here as Starwalt set back to serve it again. Nice strong serve right in the back row to Meyer. Back set from Moeller to Pies. Long hit by Rakusek. Nice vertical by Winquist. She climbs the ladder, throws down the hammer, and gets the Cubs the serve back, and they lead 15-9. Nice execution by the Cubs junior frontline player, Emily Winquist. This is Sydney Kaiser, another junior. A lot of juniors on this team for the Cubs. That hit by the Highlanders is dug out by Meyer. Winquist sends it over softly, and Plinko again, a tough one. You know, it's tough to play the visitors' ceiling, and on their second Plinko attempt, the Highlanders are for naught, and so Cubs get the advantage. 16-9 now, Kaiser serving, and here we go. Long serve by Kaiser, dug out by the libero, tapped over by Starwalt. Will be a free ball for the Cubs. Let's see what they set up here. They're going to back set to Moeller. Moeller jumps up, nice block by number 5. That's number 5. I believe Irwin was over there. I don't have the best vantage point where my table is, so if I mistake someone on the Highlanders front line, my apologies. We are taking donations for a proper press booth here inside and outside at the football stadium. Get a little better advantage. But we work with what we got here, and that's served by Garcia is just a bit outside, and the Highlanders will have the serve. That's number 5, Irwin, serving. They're down 17-11. There is the return. This sets up a Winquist. A little misfire on that one as she hit the net. So back within 5, the Highlanders are kind of hanging around like a Counting Crows song. They're down 17-12, and number 5, Irwin, has the serve. There's the serve. Winquist digs it out. Nice play by Winquist, but even nicer return by the Highlander front line. That was number 10, Rakusek, I believe, with that. And she's going to get it again here. Hits it in the back row. Meyer saves it. Kaiser tries to save it, and Cubs can't connect. And watch out, back within 4 are the Highlanders. as number 5, Irwin, lines it up to serve. And that one lands just inside. Real close one there in the back corner. Almost got to go, no matter what your bench says. You almost got to go for those close ones back in that corner if it's there. Trailing by 3 now is the Highlanders, and this one is out. And so Cubs catch the break, go back up by 4, and get ready to serve. And it looks like Winquist is going to serve it up for the Cubs. 18-14 your score. Cubs in the lead here in set number 1. Winquist fires a nice line drive serve. It's going to turn into a free ball for the Cubs. And they can't recover, and back to serve now, down by 3 are the Highlanders. And that point goes to the Highlanders as well. So Cubs in a little bit of a slump here. Highlanders have crept back in within 2 here in set number 1. This is number 8, Burley, back to serve. Byerly, my apologies. That's how you pronounce it, I believe. Back to serve, and that one's going to go out. So Highlanders have brought it all. They were down by 7. They've come all the way back, only trailed by 1. And there's the serve by Byerly. This is Ayana Shizzle. She gets it over. This will be a free ball for the Cubs. Let's see if they can't take advantage. And here's Paxton Moeller. Gets it over. Here's a set for Solberg. Solberg taps it over. Nice placement. Like a chip shot from right outside the green. Solberg taps it right into the empty spot where there wasn't any Highlanders. And Cubs get the serve back and go back up by 2. Paxton Moeller set to serve for the Cubs. Another free ball for the Cubs. Chisel's going to elevate a little bit, just a little mistime that one. And that'll give the serve back to the Highlanders, down by 1. Nice shot, nice strength of the net by the junior Shizzle. She went up there and powered that one past the block. And up 20-18 now are the Cubs. Emma Solberg back to serve. And 4 hits for the Highlanders. Puts the Cub back up by 3. Stay tuned. At the conclusion of this first set, we will have those interviews by the Cubs senior, 3 of the Cubs senior volleyball players conducted by the media class. As the Cubs inch closer to that magic number 25. Still a long way to go here. Those last 3 points are the toughest as Solberg serves. Scotland still within striking distance as they proved to catch up in this match, in this first set various times. And they'll get the point there. The old announcer's jinx there as Scotland now only down by 3. Muck back to serve for the Highlanders. Nice save in the back row by Winquist. Pies completes the save. Gives the Highlanders a free ball. That's going to be hit in the back row. Dug out by Winquist. Is going to set up Sizzle. Outside corner, just a bit outside. Can't get it to fall. And down by 2 are the Highlanders here, fighting and clawing their way to stay alive here in this set. Only trail by 2. Cubs got a break on that one. And they don't get a break on that one by the net. And down by 1 are the Highlanders. Coach Reed sending out some instructions. As number 3, Muck to serve again with the Highlanders now trailing only by 1. 22-21. This is Swanson. Nice shot by Swanson. Even better block by Muck to dig that out, Muck dug it out. Now Pat Muller's going to set for Pies. Pies is going to send it back. Back row of Highlanders playing exceptionally well tonight. And this is Sizzle. She's going to send one. Nice shot by Sizzle. She gets an angle shot. She's got her geometry right and gets the point and gets, better yet, gets the Cubs back up by 2 and the serve here, 23-21. Senior Lauren Myers set to serve for the Cubs. And miss hit on the front line by the Highlanders. So Meyer back. 1 point to go to close this first set out for the Cubs. Meyer set back to serve. It's a low line drive serve. Dug out in the back row. This is going to be a free ball for the Cubs. And we're going to get a back set for Swanson. Just going to end up be a free ball. A little bit of an angle there on that hit. And that one miss hit, and Cubs win set 1. Cubs win set 1. Stay tuned. We've got interviews from 3 senior Cub players in between sets for you. Let's get those rolling.
Good answer. Here we have
Delta Pies.
my first question for you, Delta, is how has being part of the team shaped you as a person?
To work hard and be a leader on and off the court.
That's a very good answer. What's your favorite volleyball memory?
Dancing to the song Water with Emma Silver before our volleyball games.
What advice would you give to younger players?
To never give up and work hard, and that it's okay to make mistakes.
What are your hopes for the season?
To win games and make memories.
And what do you do to pregame?
I usually listen to music by myself with my Beats or AirPods, and then I usually hang out with the girls before we play.
Good answer.
Peace out.
Well, one of these times I will get the this videos to work. I think one of them played. I'll try to get the other one for you here as the night progresses. Cubs won first set. Hats off to the Highlanders. Got down by as many as 7 in that first set, but they were able to come back and pull within 1 in the 20s. But Cubs with the last about 3 or 4 straight points, maybe last 3 points. 22-21 was as close as it got, and they took care of set 1. They're up 2-0 here in set number 2. I apologize for those interviews. We'll get those. I'll figure out how those work. I think one of them played. Someone texted me and say they at least saw one of them. And we'll try to get Heidi Swanson's interview up as well as Lauren Meyer here before the night is over. (3-1) now your score.
I do have some new stuff on there, but it can wait till next week.
And Sydney Kaiser gets that over for the Cubs. This is Winquist, and that one goes in the net. 3-2 the score now here in set number 2. Cubs 25-22 in set number 1. And our head 32 Scotland serving here in set number 2. Number 8, Byerly, is back to serve. And this is Winquist. She winds up, gets it through the block of Rukusek, and gets the Cubs to serve back and doubles. 4-2 now the score. Nice serve by Winquist. The Highlanders can't hang on to it. 5-2 your score. Winquist fires it over, dug out by Byerly. And that one's out of bounds. I think it hit. I'm not too sure what it hit, but Cubs player caught it, but it was probably already out of bounds by then. I think it hit the post. Now Winquist serves it up, dug out by Muck. This is going to be number 18, Johannesson in the middle. Nice shot by Shizzle to give the Cubs a 7-2 lead here in set number 2. Again, thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. Nice day outside. Alcester, City of Alcester is a nice farmer's market in the park. Had a Chislik truck there. I could not resist. And I've never met Chislik that I couldn't finish, but they gave me a pretty healthy dose of, a pretty healthy half pound of the lamb Chislik, and I could not finish that Chislik. So it was pretty good, though. It's kind of been neat to see different food trucks there. I've sampled some of them from time to time. But nothing beats some popcorn at the Alcester-Hudson Gymnasium watching the Cubs teams in action. And Cubs volleyball is up 9-2 here in set number 2. It's Emily Winquist, junior, back to serve for the Cubs. Starwalt fires across. Can't get the timing quite down. Chisel from Sydney Kaiser. And that serve misfires, and Cubs up 7. It's the largest lead they had in set number 1, and they matched that here in set number 2. But it was that 7-point lead that was the time that the Highlanders rallied in set 1 and kept it within 3 or 4, pulling it within 1 before the Cubs eventually did put him away. Nice serve by Paxton Moeller. Some miscommunication from the Highlanders, but they get the ball over. Now this is Shizzle just a bit outside. And the Highlanders get the serve back, down by 6. Back to serve is their libero, number 3, Campbell Muck. Nice save by Solberg. Chisel sends the free ball over. High set for Starwalt. Inez tries to save it and can't. Nice try by both Inez Garcia and Moeller, but can't recover. And 10-5 now. I just was talking about how that lead shrunk in the first set, and I pulled the old announcer jinx again here as the Highlanders are looking a little more alive here in this stage of set 2. But that nice hit by, I believe, Swanson, or was it Winquist? One of those two. This announcer wasn't watching very good, but Cubs do get the point. And Emma Solberg set to serve for the Cubs. Starwalt sends it over. Free ball sent over by the Cubs. Looks like they're going to set up number 5, Irwin. This will be a set for Delta Pies. Nice dig by Muck. That one's going to be just a bit outside. And back up 12-5 are the Cubs. Again, Cubs volleyball will be on the road next Thursday at Gayville Vol, and junior high games, I believe, start at 4. 2 junior high games, I believe, C, B, and A games, all coming your way. Thursday night in Raider territory. That one's just going to barely flutter over the net. This is Pie. She's going to try to attack that back corner. And she does. Nice shot by Pies. Cubs go up 13-6. Then Cubs football is home on Friday. Military night. We'll have some special pregame festivities. You want to be there for that one as the Cubs take on the Eagles of Irene Wakanda. And then we got some Cubs in action on Saturday as well. At home here. We got that one just a bit outside. Oh, they're going to say out. So Cubs 14-6 as Shizzle goes back to serve. And on Saturday, there'll be a junior high JV football jamboree type tournament right at Alcester-Hudson Memorial Field. And the Cubs varsity volleyball takes on the road to play in the tournament at Irene Wakanda tournament. I believe the Cubs will be playing their games in Irene. I know some of those bracket games are going to be held actually in Viborg as well. So I believe the Cubs will be in Irene, according to volleyball consultant Mr. Tim Reed. And Winquist sends it over. And Highlanders, number 12, Starwalt, couldn't connect. And Cubs back up by 8. And a Swanson, the senior, set to serve for the Cubs. Garcia gets it. Moeller, a little trick shot. Defended well by the Highlanders. Be a set to Winquist. He gets it right in the middle of the campfire. Break out the graham crackers and marshmallows. It's s'more time. Nice hit in the campfire by Winquist. And back to serve is Hannah Swanson. She sends a nice serve over. She'll set up number 5, Irwin. And just a bit outside. Dancing around the back judge is that hit, and Cubs up by 10. Swanson set to serve again. And they're going to say tipped. Garcia thought she had avoided that one, but they do call a tip as Swanson checks out for Kaiser. Irwin serves it up. And this is Moeller. Kaiser Meyer to Winquist, who sends the free ball over. And they're going to say, I believe, in the net or something. And that'll be a point for the Cubs, 18-8. And Garcia, exchange shooting for the Cubs, back to serve. She fires it across into the back corner of these Highlander defense. Starwalt hits it back over for the Highlanders. It's by Winquist, and she does get it in. Nice shot, pinpoint accuracy by Winquist. She fires it into the near side corner and puts the Cubs up 19-8 here in set number 2. Nice shot by the Cubs junior. Garcia set to serve again. Nice low line drive serve. This is Starwalt. Garcia gets it. Set to Solberg. Nice shot by Solberg. Off the outstretched defense of the Highlanders. 28, and Highlanders want timeout. We'll be back after this timeout. And we're back here as Cubs, we're going to start out set number 3 with Ahhs Garcia back to serve for the Cubs. Yeah, that serve just a bit outside. And I'm sorry, we are still in set number 2. I got lost track of things here. I get distracted early. Squirrel? Easily? What? Anyway, 20-9 is your score. We're in set number 2. And you're not seeing anything right now. That would probably help out. There we go. Set number 2 as the Highlanders come off the timeout. Hope you enjoyed that interview by Swanson. Looks like it was planned for you all. I'm trying to get my squirrels out of the computer, get all that figured out here. Gracious for the Cubs media class, high school media class. Going to produce some content here for us. That one's a close one, and it's going to land right inside. So Scotland with a little bit of fire after the timeout. 20-11 your score as they're trying to get back in this set number 2, down 1-0. And Oberg in the front line action for the Cubs. Another senior. And Highlanders get the point. Starwalt kind of crashed into the scorer's table. It looks like she's just fine. And now we got Chisel subbing in on the front line. We got Chisel on the front line about to sub in for Meyer. Emma Solberg, Anna Oberg, Sydney Kaiser, Lauren Meyer, and Emily Winquist, who's about to serve it up for the Cubs. Nice serve by Winquist, and Chisel and Solberg converge, get it over the net, and that one, nice communication there by the Cubs. Peterson, Kaylee Peterson, and both Emily Winquist realized it was out, communicated that with each other. And Winquist back to serve. Cubs up 22-11 here. See when our next home volleyball broadcast would be. I'm going to guess it'd be on a Tuesday, but I could be wrong. Let's just see what the schedule looks like here for the Cubs. Be on September 11th, a Thursday. So Cubs hit the road. Gayville on Thursday. Tournament Irene on Saturday. At Sioux Falls Lutheran on Tuesday. A week from Thursday, they'll be back in action at home versus the Pirates from Avon. Winquist back to serve again. Cubs up 24-11, looking to close out set number 1. Hit by Winquist. Tipped into the back row, and almost hits. You couldn't get any closer to not hitting anything in the ceiling, as that one sailed right through the ceiling and did not hit anything, so that's good. And the Highlanders stay alive here. As number 10 back to serve, that's Rokusek. And they have another point, 24-13. Boy, that last shot, that was pretty good. Usually when it gets up in the rafters, it hits something and deflects, but that one sailed right on through there. Couldn't do that twice. Yeah, this will be Shizzles who's going to hit it in the corner. And set up Starwalt, and all of a sudden, momentum going Highlander way here. Cubs just looking for that elusive last set point. Go up 2-0. As number 10, Rokusek back to serve for the Highlanders. Peterson digs it out. Oberg can't handle it by the net. And one thing this is doing, it's giving the Highlanders some momentum. They're only down 9 in this set, but this could carry over into set number 3. Cubs don't put a stop to it and close this one out soon. And that'll help as Cubs win set number 2. We'll go to set number 3 here in about 3 minutes. Cubs lead 2-0.
You as a person?
Being a part of a team makes me feel like I have to work together with people and communicate, and that's what I'm going to have to do in the real world anyway, so I can't just sit down and just be quiet. I have to speak up and speak loud for what I feel.
That is a great answer. Next up, what's your favorite volleyball memory?
My favorite volleyball memory would be after every single game, whether we lost or if we won, we'd always sing karaoke every single night on the bus on my home.
Good answer. What advice would you give to some younger players?
Don't get down on yourself. It's very early in your sports season. You're not going to be the best right away. Just work hard, keep working hard. Don't let your players get down, bring them up, and
Good answer. What are your hopes for the season?
my hopes for the season is to keep working hard, keep learning new skills, and keep encouraging others to pursue what they want to pursue, either whether that's in school, sports, anything.
What do you do to pregame? What's your pregame ritual?
Listen to music, definitely. Any kind of music, like pop music, rap music, anything. Just anything that is not sad music to get me in the pumped up feel.
And we're back here getting ready for set number 3 between the Cubs and the Highlanders. Set number 1 was close. Cubs won 25-21. Set number 2, Cubs took care of business. And now in set number 3, Cubs looking to make it an early evening. We started this one early. It's only 7:52. I tell you what, getting out of the gym before 8:30 on a volleyball night would be a blessing. I think we started this one before 7 o'clock almost. But glad to have everybody here joining us here. What do we got? Looks like we got maybe 54 viewers. I don't know. 137 views, 52 people viewing now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors, who I just realized aren't rolling right now. We do have sponsors. And I've seemed to lost them. So all that work to get some sponsors, and I did something to lose them. But we do thank your sponsors here. Sorry for not having that scrolling across the screen. A big thank you to Hudson Meats and Sausages, to Premier Bank in Alcester.
I'm just going to set the video to run a couple times through the ad. I'm probably going to take off here.
And also thank you to Ag Service Partners. Sorry I don't have the graphic on the game here tonight. I'll get that fixed. Still kind of learning how to do all this stuff on our own. 1-0 is your score. And 2-1 your score. There's a rotation problem for the Highlanders. Causing a little bit of delay here. They're getting it figured out there on the sidelines. It cost them the point. It'll be 2-2. Libero subs in now. And Winquist set to serve it. I think we got it all straightened out. And 3-2 as Winquist gets to serve. Nice hit by the Cubs there. And the score is 5-3 here. And 5-4 as the Highlanders get the serve back here. Moeller back to serve. Cubs up 6-4 here. High shot and off the block, and Highlanders can't recover. Cubs back up 7-4. And point there for the Highlanders. Number 10, Rokusek back to serve. And 8-6, Highlanders hanging around. Number 3, Campbell Muck set to serve. And Highlanders on a roll here as they tie this one up at 8. And now they lead 9-8. It's a little bit lull in the action for the Cubs as Highlanders have came out and put a run in here. And set number 2, they lead 9-8. This is Muck to serve. Winquist digs it out. Here's Moeller, gets it to Pies. Pies, almost the save, but off the ceiling, off the Highlander, and off the scorer's podium. And that'll be a Cubs point. So the score now is and that serve goes into the net, and back up by 1 are the Highlanders. For 12, Starwalt back to serve. The set by Moeller to Swanson. Swanson hits it hard, but just a bit outside. And with their largest lead of the evening, in set number 3, down 2-0, the Highlanders lead by 2. As Starwalt back to serve again. She hits a high one. This is Winquist. Dug out by Muck. This is Starwalt. Tries to get it, skim it over the net. And cannot get it to fall. And Cubs get a break. They down by 1 with the senior Swanson serving. High arching serve, dug out in the back row. Cubs will get a free ball as Starwalt serves it over. Little miscommunication by the Cubs, but they recover as Moeller and Swanson kind of collided with one another, but they both got up and recovered before that next volley was over. It's going to be Winquist, a little tap. Highlanders flirting with that ceiling there. That's caused a little problems for them before. And Winquist skips it off the net. Good defense this volley by the Highlanders. They're digging about everything out that the Cubs throw at them. This will be Pie. She taps it. Nice save there by Rokusek. And the Cubs will set it up again. Pies again. Rokusek gets it. Centers it out. This will be a free ball. This will be Winquist. She's going to try to tap it in that far corner. And it's going to be out. Does not touch the Highlander player. And they're going to say that it was not tipped. So she went for it but did not reach it. That'll be a point for the Highlanders. Number 7, back to serve, Braylon Fisher for the Highlanders. And that one's going to be a net ball, and on the Cubs, and up by 3 now is the Highlanders. A little bit of charge in the Highlanders this game. They're not going to go away quietly in the night. Down 2-0 as they're up by 3 here in set number 3. Dug out by Garcia. And Winquist, nice shot. You know, when Winquist, or I'm sorry, that's Moeller. Moeller elevates and fires one home, and that gets the Cubs back within 2. Nice elevation and delivery by the junior Moeller. Garcia now back to serve. And Plinko ball proves dangerous for the Highlanders again. They do not like our ceiling, although they did get one over. Pretty good, but they've had troubles with that tonight. Garcia back to serve again. That one's going to be just a bit outside, and back up by 2 is Scotland. Moeller sends it over. Nice angle shot by Moeller. She's got her geometry down, and A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That one right into the corner where there wasn't any Highlanders present. And Cubs get the serve back, 14-13 Winquist, as the Cubs trail the Highlanders by 1 here in set number 3. Solberg to Kaiser, back to Solberg, who rocks and fires. Nice dig in the back row by Muck. Highlanders answer with the free ball. Cubs, nice shot by Shizzle. We'll call that one in the campfire, although it did hit the outstretched arm of back row player, but not before it hit the ground. So Cubs now have tied this back up at 14 as Winquist set to serve. And good communication for the Cubs on that out-of-bounds hit. And they have regained the lead. So 15-14 as we go into a timeout. We'll be back. Cubs up 2-0. Up by 1 in set number 3. And welcome back to Alcester-Hudson Gymnasium. It's been a good match between the Cubs and the Highlanders. 2 close sets, this one and set number 1. Cubs took care of business in set number 2. And they're back in the lead here, up 16-14. Nice hit on that one by the Cubs. And they're looking to a lead set 3, 16-14 here. Back to serve is Winquist. Nice low line drive serve. This is Starwalt. She gets it over. The Kaiser to Moeller. And Solberg climbs the ladder and hammers that one home. Her dad, Nate, sitting next to me, could jump like that back in the day. Maybe 1984, I don't know. But maybe her grandpa could jump like that back in the day. He's sitting next to me as well. I don't know where she gets those ups from. Cubs lead 17-15 here. There goes Solberg again. Tough one. Gets it off the Highlander player. Making sure she's all there. And looks like she's going to stay in the game. So those don't feel very good when they come at you like that. And Cubs back up by 3. And back to serve is Paxton Moeller for the Cubs. Looks like the Highlander looks okay. Glad to see that. And skims that one off the net. Nice recovery. That's Starwalt. This is Sizzle. Nice spike. So Cubs with some good attacks here, some good kills. Get some elevation. And getting that shot down and firing it across. I've seen him from Winquist, Moeller, Solberg, and there was Shizzle a couple moments ago. So Cubs back up by 5 here, 20-15. As we've got an injury timeout here for the... Nope, looks like she's okay. Going to be okay. And we'll get back to action here. 2015, Cubs in the lead. This is Paxton Moeller back to serve. Nice shot by Shizzle. She recognizes the defense is back a little bit, and she just kind of slams that one right down vertically on the front side of the Highlanders net. That's served by Moeller just a bit low. Down 16-21. Highlanders going to try to fight their way back in this one. They have serve. Rakusek back to serve. Garcia gets it. Little miscommunication, but Cubs do get the ball over. Starwalt. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one in the corner for Swanson. And Highlanders trail by 4 here, 21-17. Back to serve again is Rakusek. And Ayana climbs the ladder, winds up, and sends it home and puts the Cubs up by 5. Emma Solberg back to serve. We got Delta Pies, Hannah Swanson, and Shizzle in the front row for the Cubs. In the back row, Emily Winquist, Paxton Moeller, and serving is Emma Solberg. Cubs lead 22-17, trying to close out the Highlanders of Scotland and move to 2-1 on this young season as they get ready for the Pirates of Gayville Vaughan. Will be a tough one on Thursday. Nice hit by Shizzle there. At Gayville on Thursday, and in the Irene tournament on Saturday. Next home game again for the Cubs will be a week from Thursday on the 11th as the Pirates come to town. Cubs will travel next Tuesday to Sioux Falls Lutheran. So 3 straight road contests, 2 regular matches, and the tournament on Saturday for the Cubs before they're home again. Nice save over there by Scotland. This will be Shizzle again, and it's going to be just a bit outside. He was looking for that angle there to try to send us home, but couldn't quite get it. And the Highlanders still have life with Muck back to serve. They trail 18-24. What a nice showing by the Highlanders. They have shown many times they're not just going to go quietly into the night. They have given a run for it in set number 1. Set number 2, they had a little bit of rally, but that one got out of hand. And then set 3, they've been right in there, down 19-24 here. Staying alive as Muck gets back to serve. And Pies is going to send the free ball over, and it's going to be just a bit outside. And just as I said, the Highlanders are hanging around, not ready to go back to Scotland yet. If they had anything to say about it. Nice serve by Muck. Highlanders will get a free ball. Garcia gets it to Moeller, sets it for Shizzle. Shizzle drives it down, sends it home. Good night. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. What a great effort by the Cubs. Really showed their power game developing there in that set number 3. Good effort by the Highlanders for you viewers out there. Highlanders fans, good luck on the rest of the season. Good chance we'll meet again down the line somewhere. It's been a good match, a good night. Whatever you're doing tonight, be safe. Good night, and God bless everyone. We'll be back on the air Friday for Cubs football. Irene Wakanda kickoff around 7 p.m. Next home game a week from Thursday, as the Cubs will take on Avon. Until then, good night and God bless everyone.